From the Oklahoman newsroom, this is an OU update. I'm Jenny Carlson here with OU beat writer Ryan Aber. Ryan, as we sit here on a Tuesday morning, lots of eyes will be pointed south towards Grapevine, Texas, where the College Football Playoff Selection Committee is meeting and will announce its latest rankings, its last rankings before the final ones. And there's going to be a lot of debate about Oklahoma and Ohio State. At least that's what we think. Right now, Oklahoma sits 6th. Ohio State sits 10th. You got some movement above, but that's really going to be a pretty hot topic, I would think.
Yeah, I mean, clearly Ohio State is going to jump up significantly after beating Michigan, and not only beating them, but just blowing them away on Saturday. Oklahoma is likely to move up maybe one spot, or Ohio State could leapfrog them into that 5th spot. That's going to be really interesting to watch, because if Oklahoma is ahead this week, you would imagine that if they were to win on Saturday, they would be in the college football playoff, assuming an Alabama victory over Georgia. If Georgia wins, that complicates things further, because then it becomes an Alabama, Oklahoma, Ohio State equation, because Georgia would certainly be in. But if Oklahoma is ahead tonight, that should let Sooners fans breathe significantly easier.
Well, yeah, and right now you've got, in the current rankings before they get updated on Tuesday night, you've got Michigan number 4. We know they're going to fall after that loss. Georgia at number 5, and then Oklahoma at number 6. So you expect the move up, but then where does Ohio State factor in there? When you look at their loss, it's a worse loss to Purdue than their win was against Michigan, Ryan. You just wonder, how is the committee going to deal with that?
Yeah, that's the balance, is what matters more, wins or losses. I've generally said that I thought wins should count more, and Ohio State's win over Michigan is better than any individual win that Oklahoma has right now. Now, if Oklahoma is able to beat Texas, that equation starts to shift a little bit. But, yeah, but the difference is Oklahoma lost 48-45 to a rival on a neutral field, that they've got a chance to avenge that loss. If they're able to beat Texas, it doesn't cancel out that early October loss to the Longhorns, but it makes it, you view it in a different light. Ohio State's not going to get another shot at Purdue. Purdue just absolutely blew them off the field that night. And so that's going to be a complicating factor. I expect for Oklahoma to be ahead slightly, and I wouldn't expect for that to change if both teams were to win, because Oklahoma is playing Texas, a Texas team who is stronger than Ohio State's opponent, Northwestern, who has 4 losses. So it's going to be really interesting to see. I think we're going to learn a lot tonight about what we're going to see on Sunday when those final rankings are revealed.
You mentioned in passing one of the nuclear, if you will, scenarios, that being Alabama losing to Georgia in the SEC championship game. It seems out of, sort of not that plausible after Alabama beats every regular season opponent by 20 points or more, and yet Georgia's playing really good football. That would be one, if OU fans are worried, they probably better keep an eye on that SEC game.
Yeah, OU fans need to root for the Crimson Tide. Roll Tide, Sooner fans. Now, that said, it's not an automatic that Alabama gets in even if they lose that game. There's been a lot of talk about, especially what happened last year, that Alabama got in, not as a conference champion, but let's remember the teams that they were being compared against last year were 2-loss conference champion teams, not 1-loss conference champion teams. How the committee will view that will be a big question. I think if you're an Oklahoma fan, you really want the Crimson Tide to win to avoid that heartburn on Sunday as you watch for the announcement. But at the same time, it's not a given that Alabama makes it even if they lose.
So it's not in the bylaws after all. Well,
it's not. Maybe in pencil, but they could erase it.
Okay. All right. Lots of intrigue on Tuesday night with these penultimate rankings from the College Football Playoff Selection Committee. We'll be checking them out, as we're sure you will too. So be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.